Hey, what's up, high ticket affiliate marketers and coaches? If you've been in this game for any length of time, you're probably familiar with the fact that it gets sold like it's this really easy thing. You just push a couple of buttons and then money spits out the other side. And as you're probably aware, that is very far from the truth. It does take some work and dedication and consistency and going through all your mindset stuff, all that type of stuff. So in this video, I really wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that I've learned over my journey over the last 10 years of being online, and a couple of things that I was reminded of recently when I checked out a video from Alex Hormozi. If you're unfamiliar with him, I highly recommend you go check him out. He's got a book on Amazon for a whopping $1. It's called $100 million Offers, and the guy just dropped some absolute nuggets on his channel as well, so highly recommended. The whole reason why I put this together is something he said caught my attention recently, and what he said was, if you consistently move slow over an extended period of time, you go really, really far. When I heard that, it really echoed my own journey. Now, for those of you that are new to this channel and new to me, how you going? My name's Jamie Gardner, and it's great to meet you. Thanks for being here. What I cover on this channel is really just me documenting the last 10 years of being online and helping over 700 students absolutely crush it with high-ticket affiliate marketing and coaching. So feel free to drop a comment, let me know if there's anything you'd like to learn, and stay along for the ride. Anyway, all that being said, it took me a lot of years to get going, and I don't want to sort of like get the small violins playing at this stage. It was, you know, a pretty uneventful journey, and it took me a long time to get anything working in my business. But the thing with me, and I guess this is why when I heard that particular quote, why it really kind of hammered something home for me, and that's something that I see with a lot of affiliates and coaches, is that they get started and they're all exuberant about this and they're so happy to get into it, but then a short time later, and a short time could be 3 months or a year and a half or 2 years, and all of a sudden you don't see them anymore. They've just completely disappeared. And I often wonder what happens to these folks, because I know for myself, I wonder what happened if I'd quit, if I'd just completely given up the goal and just not done anything with my life. I wonder what would have happened. And so to circle back, 2011 I got started setting up blogs. I was working in the financial markets at the time and really was teaching people about how to trade and how to analyze stocks and charts and use the software that my company provided, all that type of stuff. And I thought, well, I'm doing this stuff all day, I might as well see if I can do it all night as well and help a few people out and build blogs. So I built a number of different blogs relating to the financial markets, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I had to learn all sorts of stuff, which was all very foreign to me, and it didn't work out. And despite how much effort I kept putting in, it just felt like nothing was really working. And even though I felt like I was making progress, I was obviously learning a lot of stuff along the way, I just couldn't quite figure it out. Didn't really know what the steps were every day in order to go and add more content and attract more people and, you know, put more affiliate links out there and create more opportunity for myself. And so therefore I found it really hard in the initial stages. Now, what that led me to do is then go seek other opportunities. So I got into CPA marketing, and there's probably hundreds of things that I've forgotten about over the years, but to kind of recap really briefly, I got into CPA marketing. I started running ads on every conceivable network that there was at that time, and that skill then led me in 2015 to finally start getting into e-commerce and started running ads for Shopify stores. And admittedly, I had some level of success through that, not a huge amount, but I guess what that taught me was I had some skills in running ads. Now, unfortunately, that year I ended up going bankrupt, and as part of that, obviously it was devastating, and you know, life was pretty bad at that time, and I was depressed and suicidal and all that type of stuff. But I also knew that on the other side of that was something pretty damn cool. I just needed to figure out exactly what it was and exactly how I was actually going to get there. Then I got married and then ended up leaving the workforce in 2017. I just had enough, and I started running ads for small business. I had one client, and it was a small client, and I wasn't getting paid a hell of a lot, but it was enough for me to basically back myself enough to quit work and go and pursue this full time. Now, over the rest of 2017, that was exceptionally hard. I was super broke the whole time. And then in 2018, I finally picked up a client, and I was working on behalf of another agency, and I did okay. I actually started making some regular income. I thought, this is pretty cool. I'm actually just, you know, finally living my dream of being self-employed. And then later on, that company, they ran into some strife and basically couldn't pay their creditors, although they did come good on their promise eventually, by the way. And so that led me in 2019 to pivot back into affiliate marketing. Now, I just want to preface this for a second and say that the entire time I was actually still doing affiliate marketing. And what I mean by that is, sure, I might be pursuing one thing at some stage, but I was also maintaining my blogs. I was also putting out articles. I was creating chatbots. I had multiple email lists. I had, you name it, all sorts of assets out there. And so I was still trying to do that stuff in the background the whole way through. It was just when 2019 came, I was like, no, this is it. I'm going to devote all my time, all my attention to my affiliate marketing business. And I started doing things like creating videos, review videos, and doing launch jacking. And basically that, if you're unfamiliar with that, it's quite simply where you're looking to rank for videos, for products that haven't yet been created, because ideally the search traffic is low and the competition is very low. Because if I go out and create a program, for example, it says Jamie's crazy program. There's probably not many programs out there that are called Jamie's crazy program. So you can imagine that a keyword in Google, if someone's typing in Jamie's crazy program review, it probably doesn't exist yet until the product actually launches and people are looking at that stuff, right? So I was doing that. Now the problem with that is it's very, very competitive. Not many people, especially the types of products I was promoting, which were relatively low ticket, $7, $12, $20, things like that. Most people, they can buy them on impulse. They don't necessarily need to go and make a life-changing decision over a $7 product, right? And so I didn't really realize that. And although I was making some sales at some stage, it wasn't really enough to grow my business. I kept capping out my income, and it was really frustrating because I couldn't work out what's the missing piece. What am I not doing here? And later on, I got some advice, and I kind of ignored that advice to start with, to be honest, because I'm so dedicated to the project that I had in front of me. And I thought, you know what, Jamie, for the first time in life, mate, you just got to see something through. You got to go full steam ahead and finish this damn project. And so that was my attitude. And now the problem with that was basically it was a shit project. And I finished it, and it was a product, and even though the product itself was actually really good, I didn't really have an audience, and that was the thing that I didn't know. I thought, cool, I've got this great product, and I'm super proud of it. I've gone through and I've re-recorded every video 900 times, and everything looks great, and the sales page was great, and the copy was great. I was happy with everything. I finally, put the finishing touches on this amazing thing, only to then realize that I had pretty much no audience, no way to market this particular product, and all the people that were going to help me market it, things got in the way and they didn't. And so therefore it was, again, frustrating. I made a couple $100 out of it, but it was almost like 8 months of my life pouring my heart and soul into creating this stupid thing to make $300. It was really quite disheartening. Now, in amongst all that stuff, I had multiple accounts got shut down. I had, by this stage, because I'd pivoted, my Facebook ad accounts all got shut down. This is after spending hundreds of thousands of dollars of ad spend through my clients and my own projects. Shut down without warning. This is probably quite familiar for a lot of people. If you've been running Facebook ads before, you may well have experienced this as well. So that was kind of frustrating. It wasn't like I was breaking any terms and conditions. They gave me no notification. There was no one I could contact. And I thought, well, screw you guys, that's really annoying. On top of that, I also had chatbots. I was still running them. I had an email list that completely just shut down. I had a YouTube channel, another one with 70 odd videos on it. And again, that just got wiped off the face of the planet for apparently no known reason, at least anyway, not to me. And so I faced all these setbacks. And then in 2019, the latter part of it, late October, I ended up having my first $1,000 day through high ticket affiliate marketing. And I realized all this time how overly complex I'd made the entire journey. I was trying to do 9 million things. I had chatbots I was trying to upkeep every day. I had Instagram accounts, plural, that I was trying to upkeep every single day. I had email lists, plural, that I was trying to write to every single day. I had a blog that I was trying to upkeep every single day. I was putting articles on the likes of medium.com. Most days I was creating YouTube content every single day. I was going live. This is all in, while I was trying to build everything up. I was going live in literally 4 different places every single day, as well as producing a YouTube video every single day in 2019. And quite simply, once I stripped all these layers away and I got rid of doing all this stuff, I got rid of writing on Quora every day, and I got rid of tweeting every day, and I got rid of Instagram, and I got rid of Snapchat, and I got rid of Pinterest, and I got rid of all the stuff and the chatbots and the multiple email lists that I have, all that type of stuff. And I really narrowed my focus down on a couple of key drivers in my business. Things started taking off. And like I say, after struggling for years and years and years and really not knowing what pieces of the puzzle I needed to put in place in order to actually make something happen, I got really focused, got really narrow, and within 7 days, I had my first $1,000 day. And it wasn't a fluke, because the next day I had my very second $1,000 day. And this was just the catapult that I needed for my business. And it was almost like all that time and energy I'd spent on all these projects, all this knowledge, all this stuff that I'd built up, and all this experience, all these setbacks, all these things. And it taught me that these types of things are like an arrow, and the further you can pull them back, the further they're going to fly. And I know this is probably not super helpful for the people that are early on and going, what, do I have to wait 7 years to actually have anything happen, Jamie? I'm not saying that for, you know, any stretch of the imagination whatsoever. What I am saying to you though is that if you play the long game, and you're consistent with what you're doing, you're consistently putting out content, you're consistently improving what you're doing, you're consistently out there learning new stuff, but most importantly, not just learning, we all have a ton of knowledge, but learning and implementing, then you cannot fail. You literally cannot fail. The only thing that's going to stop you is your own mindset, right? And so I can assure you, and I don't want to dumb it down and just say, just keep going no matter what. Like, get some help along the way. Go and improve your skills, learn the fundamentals, the things that are never going to change. The things that are never going to change are sales, right? And it's based on human psychology. Sure, it may evolve over time, but it's going to take many, many moons for that ever to happen. So sales, offer creation, if you can understand how to create a perceived value around something, how to elevate the perception of value around something, super powerful, can take it to any platform, doesn't really matter. It's something that is, again, is steeped in the fundamentals of human psychology. If you can understand branding, and if you can understand marketing, if you can understand what goes into a sales process, these things are all going to feed you for life, right? Not the latest tactics, not the latest fads, not the latest like super press 7 buttons and money spits out. It's short-lived, right? And so what I want you to understand, what I want you to take away from this video is if you focus on those fundamentals, and you do away with all the distractions, all that type of stuff, and you just stay true to your own path, even though it's going to get really hard, it's going to get frustrating, and you're as consistent as you can be, and you're learning and implementing as you're going, and you're getting out of your own way, and you're not like allowing the shiny object syndrome just to drag you in all sorts of directions, and you're not ending up in someone else's dream. You're just, you know, you're focused on the thing because you've seen it work for other people, and you know that if you dedicate yourself to this, then it can work for you. Then you'll see some incredible results from your business. So that's it for today. Really just wanted to hammer home the idea that, you know, if you're in this for the long game, some incredible things happen, regardless of the platform, regardless of where you're getting your traffic from. Like I say, if you focus on those fundamental things, you're going to have an incredible career online and build a sustainable business that's going to feed you for a very, very long time. So that's it, guys. Hope this helps. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.